What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. We got Eagles football returning tomorrow. Honestly, just thinking about everything going through the summer, just how quickly time has gone. Just basically, like I said, the entire summer where it's basically just Phillies and everything is going by so quickly to that we're already back in football season. You had training camp, you got the entire preseason going along, even though we didn't really talk about that much. I just really wanted to wait until the season to start talking about Eagles. And now basically we got the season underway. It started on Thursday with that, good Buffalo Bills, Los Angeles Rams game, seeing Josh Allen going all basically dominating the entire Rams team, the defending Super Bowl champions. So that was a very fun way to start off the NFL season. And now you get Eagles Lions tomorrow afternoon, first game of the season. And basically, just very excited to watch what this Eagles team is able to do this year. I do have a lot of hype for this team. I have a lot of excitement for this team, and expectations for this fan base is definitely a lot higher after last year, because we all knew last year it was a major question mark on what the team was going to be. There weren't really many expectations last year. New head coach Nick Sirianni, first full season of Jalen Hurts being under center. So we're basically just looking at everything right there, and everything was a major surprise. They got off to that slow start, but then they eventually went on that long stretch of winning, and they eventually, they got to the wild card game against Tampa Bay. They got blown out by Tom Brady's. But now you do everything in the offseason. Howie Roseman makes all of his moves, continues to fleece the New Orleans Saints, get these first-round picks, taking players from New Orleans. You got a first-round pick in next year's draft, which possibly could be a top 10 pick, honestly, with the weight. Honestly, I don't think the Saints are going to be that good this year, but that's a whole other story for a different day. But you make all these additions in the offseason. You make these trades. You get a guy like Hassan Reddick. You get a guy like an A.J. Brown. You're a top wide receiver to pair with Devontae Smith. So now possibly you have two of the best wideouts possibly in the league that are on your team. And that could be a really good wideout duo between A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So we got to see how that works with Jalen Hurts. You get another year of Dallas Goedert as your main tight end. Miles Sanders, that's still going to be a very huge question mark. He was going through a bunch of injury stuff through training camp and everything through the preseason. So honestly, in my opinion, as we get further along into this season, I feel like this is going to be his last shot as the main running back for this team, just because of, of the injury threat, of the injury concerns, and just the overall consistency of his play. He didn't have a whole rushing touchdown last year. So that is something that, needs to definitely change. He really needs to take that next jump in his game this year. Is Miles Sanders going to do that? I have no idea whatsoever. And we're still looking at a bunch of other things that we need to see improve throughout this year. One, the obvious, is Jalen Hurts. Second full season as the main QB of this team. I do think we're going to see an improvement of Jalen Hurts. How much improvement? That's basically we got to wait to see. He's going to have that dynamic offensive line like always. So he's going to have that time and space to make the decisions. It's all according to how Jalen Hurts can make those plays. Is he going to be able to make those deep throws, make the throws up the middle, find a way to hit his targets? And how is he going to utilize his speed? We all know he's one of, he could run. He can get those first downs. He can get some yardage out there. So how is he going to be able to utilize both of those things? Because we all knew last year how very pass heavy in the beginning of the season Nick Sirianni was, and that really hindered Jalen Hurts. A lot of the games looked very awful. And then they went to a very run-heavy offense, and they went on that stretch of winning to eventually get the wild card game to get blown out by Tampa Bay. But we all know overall that much of a run-heavy offense isn't really going to win you much in the National Football League. So we're going to find a way to get that balance in there. We're going to see how much Jalen Hurts. He's got the weapons now. How is he going to be able to utilize those weapons? We're going to have to see how much Jalen Hurts improves. I do think he's going to improve, but there's always going to be that question mark on what's the ceiling for this year for Jalen Hurts. Is he going to be able to surpass that ceiling? Is he even going to hit that ceiling? So there's a lot of question marks. He has the attitude. He has the mental makeup. He has the professional attitude. So we're basically going to have to wait and see. He has that competitive thrive. So who knows? Does he surpass that ceiling? Does he become way beyond our expectations, or does he, falter on those expectations a little bit? So there's going to be a lot of decisions like that throughout the year, and a lot of the ways we're going to have to watch Jalen Hurts this year. Defensively, You made a lot of improvements. You get guys like Hassan Reddick. You draft a guys like Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. I'm really excited to watch Jordan Davis this year, even though he's probably not going to be a guy that gets a lot of sacks. He's going to open up a lot of space for guys to get to the quarterback. You know, Nakobe Dean, both of those guys on the national champion Georgia team last year. So that's going to be very exciting to watch. Like I said, you got Hassan Reddick. You make all these other types of additions to the defense. And now that's going to be, a major thing right now for Jonathan Gannon, because wasn't the best last year, honestly, as a defensive coordinator. And even though he has a lot of respect throughout this league, a lot of people say he's a genius. So this is going to be a huge year for Jonathan Gannon. A huge year, huge year to see how much, this defense is going to improve under him, because how he went out there and made all of those additions. Now we got to see how Jonathan Gannon utilizes all of those additions to make sure the defense is way better. Because I do believe the defense is going to be a lot better this year. How he made those additions. They got a lot of those guys in here. You still got some of the guys from last year, some guys returning. So this is basically boom or bust for Jonathan Gannon with this defense. How much is it going to pressure the quarterback? Because they do have a lot of guys now that can go out there and pressure the quarterback. Didn't really do that much last year. So we got to see how Jonathan Gannon improves on those. And also, I'm excited to see what Nick Sirianni does this year. It's going to be a very, very exciting year. This is a chance for the Eagles. There's a lot of hype surrounding this team with the fan base, with the city in general. And you could probably sense that within the organization as well. They made all those moves during the offseason to make this team 20 times better than it was last year. So you got, the sky's the limit, in my honest opinion. Goal for this year, honestly, for this team, win the NFC East. Battle with the Dallas Cowboys, because it's basically going to be a very, I guess you can say, a top-heavy division, because the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders, they're going to be those, I wouldn't say, they're not going to be major competitive, but still, with your major rival, Dallas won the NFC East last year. You got knocked around quite a bit by Dallas last year. I'm assuming you're going to want your revenge this year against Dallas. I think the goal for this team right now is to win the NFC East. And I think this team does have the ability to win the NFC East this year. The schedule definitely does favor them. It definitely is a more weaker schedule on those lines. So we got to see how this team takes advantage of it week by week. Starting with the Detroit Lions tomorrow. Detroit Lions, they're definitely going to be a somewhat improved team, but they're still not a world beater or anything like that. I'm expecting this Eagles team to go out to Detroit tomorrow afternoon and get a win right here to get the fan base even more excited. It's going to be a very fun time for this season for this Eagles team. Like I said, I love all the additions that Howie Roseman make. He made a major statement just making this team just all the improvements all around on the offense, on the defensive side. Like I said, it's a major season for Jalen Hurts to see how he is going to improve. Like I said, I do believe he is going to improve. How much he is going to improve, that is going to be the major question mark. And if you're just looking at the entire schedule in general, you start tomorrow with Detroit. Then you get your home opener with Minnesota. Then you go to Washington to, face Carson Wentz and all that. That's going to be very funny. Then you got Jacksonville at home. Doug Peterson returns to Philadelphia. Go on the road to Arizona. You play Dallas on a Sunday night football game midway through October. You play the Pittsburgh Steelers, Houston Texans, Washington Commanders again in November, Indianapolis Colts, Green Bay Packers, Tennessee Titans, Giants, Bears, Dallas, New Orleans Saints on New Year's Day, and the New York Giants, and also that second Dallas Cowboys game. That's going to be Christmas Eve. If you're thinking about it, you got Christmas Eve, Eagles, Cowboys, and then Sixers, Knicks on Christmas Day. That's going to be a nice back-to-back, little bit of, Philadelphia sports right there on the holiday weekend. That's going to be very fun to see. But yeah, looking at this schedule, it definitely is a very weaker schedule in favor of the Eagles. They're facing a lot of, not the best opponents. Wouldn't say, like I said, world beaters or anything. Like I said, you got Detroit and Minnesota in your first two games, and Minnesota definitely doesn't compare to the level of what a Detroit Lions are. Minnesota is definitely a way better team, but how much better? That's still, they just got a new head coach. Kirk Cousins still their quarterback. It'd be funny, Jalen Reagor returns to Philadelphia. That's gonna be very funny if he even cracks the field that game for the Minnesota Vikings. That's gonna be very funny. You play Jacksonville, Washington. So That's a very, easy first 4 weeks right there against, not, major competition at that point. So that could be a really good start for this Eagles team to maybe get some wins under their belt. Then you get some 2 tough games with Arizona and Dallas, but then you play Pittsburgh, who is a team that's looking to reshape a little things right there. Roethlisberger just retired, so they're going through, their quarterback, Mitch Trubisky, I believe, is their quarterback. So that's going to be something right there. Then you get Houston, Washington again, Indianapolis. So the first so many weeks of your schedule, it's kind of pretty easy. Then you play Green Bay, which is always going to be tough with Aaron Rodgers. Tennessee, that's going to be a major question mark there. Then you got New York, Chicago, New Orleans, New York in that stretch. You also mix Dallas in there. So this schedule is definitely very, very, very favorable to the Eagles right here. In terms of record-wise, I couldn't tell you. 17 games, 18-week schedule. Your bye week is week 7, though, so you get that bye week after that first game against Dallas. But in terms of record, I'm trying to think, 17 games, could you go maybe like a 12-5, 13? I think the ceiling for this team is maybe between 10 and 12 wins. I think that. Definitely improvement out of their last year winning 9, going 9-8. I think this year maybe they can go for that 10 to 12 win mark. How much is that going to be able to win the division? I have no idea. Dallas Cowboys, they're definitely going to be a wild card in my honest opinion, just because, well, not in terms of wild card like they're going to be in the wild card position, but like they're a wild card team because I have no idea what Dallas is going to be. Like McCarthy's still their head coach. I really feel like he's the guy that's really going to hold that team back. They lost a lot of guys in the offseason. They signed Jason Peters for their it's like, seriously, Jason Peters has not been good for the past 3 to 4 years at this point, and that basically shows a sign of desperation because they do have some injuries on their belt. They lost a lot of guys in the offseason too, free agency and trades and all that stuff. So that shows signs of desperation that they're signing Jason Peters, honestly, in my honest opinion. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a very interesting time for this Eagles team. I really want to see how Jalen Hurts runs this offense, how he can utilize the deep ball, basically, like I said, go up the middle and everything like that. It's going to be a very interesting time to watch this team. I'm very excited for kickoff tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock. We're getting into that fall season near close towards the end of September, even though it's the beginning of September right now, but the vibes are good. In my opinion, I love this time of fall where you're getting September baseball, football season starts again, and then you're getting very close to basketball and hockey starting. So basically where you're getting all the sports at one time, which is going to be a very fun thing. It's just the vibes. The vibes feel very good. I just love the season of fall overall. Just the holiday in general, Halloween and all that stuff. I just love October and everything like that. Late September, the weather's nice. Like I said, playoff baseball is going to be starting very soon. Then you get the beginning of the NFL. It's going to be a very fun time. Going to be a very, 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 very fun time. But I'm very excited to see what this Eagles team does. I really am. I can't wait for kickoff tomorrow. I want to see, is it going to be a blowout? Like some people I do see saying it could be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout tomorrow. Definitely just because not many guys play during the preseason anymore. Like the starters, they play like 1 or 2 snaps, and that's basically it. They get all their work done through, the practice time, doing the inner, team practices and all that stuff. So there's basically a lot of, there's going to be some rust. We definitely saw that in the Thursday night football game. There were a lot of turnovers going left and right, even though Buffalo did blow out Los Angeles. There were still, interceptions, there was fumbles. So there's definitely going to be some, rust just because it's week 1. It's the first game of the season. You're going to see that. You're going to maybe see some, penalty flags, maybe some offsides, maybe some very lazy penalties and everything like that from both sides of the teams. So that's definitely something you're going to have to look out for. But like I said, I'm expecting the Eagles to win tomorrow. Going to be very excited to see what Jalen Hurts does. Is he going to break out this season? Like I said, basically all of this season, I would say, goes down towards Jalen Hurts. All of Philadelphia is watching him. There's a lot of hype surrounding this team. And Jason Kelce did say they're feeling the hype, but right now they haven't earned anything right now. They haven't won anything or anything like that. So right now they got to keep an even mind. They can't let this hype get, consume them to thinking, oh, it's going to be an easy task, ride down. We're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Got to take it 1 week at a time. Right now, the fan base is going to be very hyped. They're going to be hyped every week. Well, that's basically everything when you go down to, football season and everything like that. But the national media, there's a lot of hype surrounding this team. There's a lot of, power rankings putting the Eagles like in the top 5, top 10s where I'm seeing and everything like that. Some people are saying like Eagles most improved team in the offseason. The Eagles are going to do a lot of damage this year. So there's a lot of, noise and buzz surrounding this Eagles team. And that's what's getting everyone so pumped for this year. But I do like the demeanor that, Jason Kelce showed in that press conference right now. We got to take it day by day. We haven't earned anything right here. So right now, we got to build this thing. We got to basically, earn every single week. It's not going to be given to us on a silver platter, basically, what it summarized what he said. So, yeah, very exciting time. This team is hearing the buzz, but I don't think they're going to get consumed by that buzz. They're not going to get overconfident. They're a young team. They're a young and a very talented team, but they also got a lot of veterans with a lot of experience on this team. Jason Kelce, Brandon Graham's returning, Johnson. So they got a lot of veteran experience here. But I'm also excited to see a lot of these young guys. I'm excited. I'm excited. AJ Brown, the new acquisition, they signed him to that extension, coming over from the Tennessee Titans in the NFL draft. I'm very excited to see how, the connection and the chemistry with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. I want to see how Devontae Smith improves from his impressive rookie season. I kind of do think an X factor could be a guy like a Dallas Goedert. I am a Dallas Goedert guy. I want to see what he does this year. Miles Sanders, I still think that's going to be a question mark in that decision. Like I said earlier, injury concerns and all that. He didn't have a rushing touchdown at all last year. So there's going to be a lot of everything right here. I think this is Miles Sanders' last shot to be the main running back of this team. So, and we all know like the running back position is not as valued as it was in like previous seasons, but this is Miles Sanders' last shot in my honest opinion. I just think it is. I'm just getting that feeling that it's his last shot. What type of season is that going to be from Miles Sanders? I have no idea. He's got to find a way to be way better than last year, though. The injuries are definitely concerned with the hamstring situation. So that's something that you got to basically look at on a week-by-week basis, but they're saying he could be ready to go for tomorrow. So there's a lot of things to look at around right here. So Miles Sanders, that's a lot of things. He really needs to have a good year this year. Jalen Hurts, like I said, everything's going to be focused on him now. How much is he going to improve from last year? What type of ceiling does he have? Is he going to hit that ceiling? Is he going to surpass that ceiling? Or are we going to be a little bit underwhelmed? It's his team right now. And if he fumbles in any way, type, or form, or falters in any way, type, or form, Eagles are probably most likely going to be looking in a different direction. That's going towards the offseason, making a trade, making a signing, or, going into the draft next year and drafting a young quarterback. Because they do have a couple of more draft picks in next year's NFL draft. They got the Saints draft pick for next year. The Saints, most likely, in my honest opinion, I don't think they're going to be a good team. So, honestly, that Saints pick could be a top 7 pick, in my honest opinion. Maybe a top 5. So, they got their insurance plan. But right now, they got to focus on this year. We got to see how Jalen Hurts improves. We got to see how this team meshes together. They're definitely a very improved team. Howie Roseman did a lot of work this offseason to improve. And you got to give Howie Roseman credit. Gets a lot of flack in this city. But hey, I know everything going on with, the Carson Wentz situation and everything like that after the Super Bowl and all that stuff, how the Eagles got so bad after that situation. But Howie Roseman did a lot of work to really improve this team and get them a lot younger. So, got to get some props there when props are due. But hey, very exciting time. Very exciting chance to watch this team tomorrow. I can't wait for it. Can't wait to have multiple TVs on my, multiple screens on TVs watching every game. Have the computer screens right here, having some streams up for NFL games. So it's going to be a very exciting time. It's going to have Phillies on in the background as well because, Phillies are playing at the same time as well. But still, going to be a very great day. Very great day tomorrow afternoon. Some Eagles, Lions, week 1, Phillies as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a very fun time watching this team this year. NFC East, that's my goal this year. Let's see. And then you get to the playoffs and basically see what happens there. But first, can't look too far ahead. Got to take it 1 week at a time. Let's see what this team does tomorrow afternoon against Detroit. First game of the season. And then you get your home opener next week on Monday Night Football. So, yeah, very exciting time here. And I want to hear what your thoughts are on this Eagles team going into the first game of the season and just basically your thoughts overall, your expectations, and everything like that. So don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I like to see those as always. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description down below. Painted Lines, BrodesMedia. I recommend all of that stuff. Same thing with hitting that subscribe button. It goes a very long way. So I recommend you hit that subscribe button, join the TTP Sports family, and also use the code TTP Sports, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Use it for any upcoming event you can think of. Get yourself to any Eagles home game, road trip if you want to plan an Eagles road game. Get yourself to some Phillies games as well. The home games are winding down for them. So yeah, it's a very good time here. Definitely utilize that code TTP Sports, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. And I will see you next time.